Continue with chapter number 10 from your history book of grade 8, and the name of the chapter is The Revolt of 1857, and today we are going to start from the results of the revolt. So today we are going to complete this chapter. So the Great Uprising of 1857 was an important landmark in the history of modern India. The rule of the East India, or you can say English East India Company, came to an end. India now came under the direct rule of the British Parliament and the Queen of England. Queen Victoria was declared the Empress of India in 1876 by the Royal Title Act in 1876. Queen Victoria issued the proclamation promising to look after the welfare of the Indian people. Treaties with Indian states would be honored. The doctrine of lapse was abolished. The right to adopt sons as legal heirs also was acknowledged. The general pardon, the general pardon was granted to all the rebels, except those who had killed British subjects. The British government would not interfere in the social and religious customs of the people. Indians would be given opportunities to be associated with the administration. High post in government services would be given on the basis of merit and not race. The army was recognized and strengthened. The number of British soldiers was increased, and the artillery placed exclusively under the control. The revolt of 1857 had come to a great shock to the British. The proclamation of the Queen Victoria was an attempt to pacify the feelings and sentiments of the Indian people and to convince them that their interests were now safe under the rule of the British Crown. Nature of the revolt. European histories have described the revolt of 1857 as a mutiny of sepoys. Modern Indian historians have rejected the European point of view. According to them, the revolt was the outcome of the accumulation, or you can say accumulated grievances or irritations of different sections of the people, and not the sepoys, not only the armies. Those who joined the revolt had different reasons and different motives, but they were all united in the hatred of British rule and their determinations to overcome through it. It had wide popular support of various sections of society. Even the boatmen in Lucknow refused to carry British soldiers across the river. The struggle created a strong bonding and a sense of unity between the Hindus and the Muslims. They fought shoulder to shoulder against a common enemy. Of the estimate 1,50,000 people killed in the revolt, 1 lakh were civilians. Hence, the revolt was not a mutiny, it was the first large scale popular uprising against various social, religious, and economic injustice of foreign ruler. It was the first large scale expression of a desire of freedom from foreign rule. Thus, it would be more appropriate to describe the revolt of Indians' first step towards the freedom. This is the end of the chapter. Hopefully, you understood. Thank you so much.